Okay, so now we need to be careful what we say, right?
So this is Trish. I got to ask you, do we have an approximate head count for number of people signed up for Scouting U? I like data. I like numbers. So I always ask number questions. So any idea?
7.
Very roughly, Trish, not enough. It's certainly something that we all need to push to get out there more. Steve could probably correct me, but I think we have on the order of 10 scouters signed up for classes.
Well, we wouldn't want to break the precedent where everybody signs up at the last minute, right? I mean, think of how that would look.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like when scouts wait to sign up for a big camp out and they all want to sign up that Monday for a Friday camp out. I totally get it. But yeah, I was just wondering because we promoted it at Roundtable and every scouter, I mean, honestly, even though I'm not leading a unit, I bump into scouters, I talk to scouters. I've been promoting this to everybody I talk to. So I'm disappointed to hear 10, but it means there's opportunity.
17.
There you go. Things are looking up.
Not as dire. So yeah, there's an email blast going out. There's a new flyer also that has the link embedded in it, with a QR code as well as the URL. So
Yeah. We could talk some more at the training committee. It'd be nice if we could convince Mary Ellen to run it every week in Currents. I know that sort of doesn't fit the model that she likes, but I think it could be helpful. So we'll talk more about that at the training committee. So
I think we can make that happen, Mark.
excellent. That's the right answer. Your special prize will be in the mail.
Yeah. All right. With that, Doug, if you'd like to get us started.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thanks for everyone for coming this evening.
Let me an email.
We started last month to have a featured committee each month, and last month we spoke about University of Scouting. This month we're going to.
I was just on the.
Hear from membership, and next month we're going to hear from camping. But before we jump into the membership discussion, Mark or Steve, since we have University of Scouting coming up on March 5th, and this is kind of a last chance for this group to hear about that. Is there anything else that you want to share?
no.
So Steve, I'll let you go.
Okay. Nothing other than the fact that we've gotten a lot of the bugs out that we found for signing up. It's a bit of a learning curve for some of the process in this. So I apologize for the delay on that side of it, but we're good to go. The trainers are lined up, the space is available, the classes are there, and we just need students.
Yeah, so Doug, just a quick follow-on comment. So certainly a big thank you to Steve and his team that's put in yeoman service to pull this together. It is, everyone is well aware, not a trivial matter to kind of reinvigorate this coming out of the pandemic. So, certainly big thank you to Steve and the team. And probably the best way to say thank you to him is for every one of us to recruit 5 friends to come. So there's a challenge for the group. The other plug that I would make is we have the College of Commissioner Science, which is being hosted by the council. Dave Finger, you can jump in and help me here. I think it's like April 4th. Is that correct?
April 1st.
April 1st. Thank you.
It'll go that weekend, Friday night, Saturday morning, Sunday afternoon, and Pat Fluharty can also provide some input. Registration will open this week, and we are in great shape to get a lot of people going. We're doing it all via Zoom. And Steve, Tyler, if you were talking about black pug, as far as complications, yeah. So I feel your pain from my head to my toes. It is a joy to work with black pug, and I am being completely facetious. But it's going to release. We're going to be in great shape, recording a video and a how-to, and then we'll be on to the other tasks at hand. So looking great on it. So much good work has gone in. Craig Kaplan has been a tremendous leader in that. Jim Roth behind the scenes organizing the instructors, and our fearless leader, Pat Fluharty, which basically tells us what to do and gets out of the way. He doesn't give us the details, he gives us the goals, which is awesome.
Okay, Dave, thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, Mark, our keynote speaker on that is the National Bsa Commissioner, who's going to be joining us Friday evening. And participants over the 3 sessions will have an opportunity to complete not 6, not 7, not 8, but 9 different educational sessions. So all are welcome. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. So I had heard a rumor, at least in my district, we have opportunities for more unit commissioners. So in the unlikely event that's an opportunity in all the other districts as well, this is another great opportunity to promote. If folks know people who would make good unit commissioners, huge opportunity to help us going forward. So thanks to Craig and his team for sort of leading the charge on that.
Terrific. Thank you very much. So if we circle back to our featured committee of the month, Dave Wilson is here. Dave is Vice President of Membership for the Council. And so we asked Dave to come and speak to us about some of our membership initiatives around spring recruiting. So Dave, with that, I'll turn it over to you for your discussion.
Thanks, Doug. Feels like I was just talking with everybody about fall recruiting not that long ago. But holidays and everything that goes on through the rest of the year, and our eyes are on spring recruitment. To remind everybody, our spring recruitment period is the time of year that our Cub Scout packs help to identify where they may have some membership needs, and working with their district, they develop a plan to meet those needs. The idea is to engage new families in the spring and the summertime in a program that exposes them to scouting. And it's important to remember that our spring recruitment is not a one-size-fits-all campaign. It's really tailored to the PAC's needs. And so, that's where, as a district leadership team and a unit leadership team, it's very important to kind of understand, hey, we could benefit heading into the summer and shoring up a unit or a den that's a little bit weak, or to maybe start recruiting with an idea of growing a den to get large enough to split. And that's really where, the PAC Cub Master or troop leader and the district are working together with their professionals, with their new member coordinators, with their commissioners to say, hey, what can we do to continue to make our units as healthy as possible? So our campaign kicks off in March and operates until the end of the school year. The date for recruitment events are really scheduled, and promotion plans are put in place by the units to drive awareness at least 2 weeks leading up to any recruitment night that the unit is scheduling. What's great is coming out of the winter, obviously, you've got a good amount of time to find a nice event, a nice time, get people out of their homes, And with the numbers trending downward from COVID, I think it'll make it that much more accessible for any unit that's looking to grow. Any Cub Scout pack that does participate by developing their plan and holding a joining event that welcomes those new families into Scouts. Also, any new unit organizers you have in your districts can also use the campaign to start new Cub Scout packs, and we always love new Cub Scout packs. Along with, obviously, we're very focused on Cub Scouts packs. I'm going to highlight some of our focus areas, but this applies for any Scouts BSA troop or venture crew. They can participate as well. Anybody who is participating should really have a summer program planned, even if that's a single event for the summer. That allows new members to participate through the summer. There's a lot of times where we run the risk of recruiting new youth into the program, and then you've got a long summer between by the time they've been recruited to when the fall starts. So, it's not that difficult to have a good summer event or two, and we really recommend that you do that. When we think about spring recruitment, one of the biggest benefits we see is onboarding those new families. Fall is a critical time. There's a lot of things that are going on in the fall. You kind of have to hit the sweet spot in the fall for families. In the spring, you have an opportunity to start to engage families in maybe a less high pressure situation. It allows us again to fill gaps and to get new youth trying out the program, maybe come to a pack meeting a few times and get them plugged in, rather than that scramble in the beginning of the school year with everything that's going on. So it's a little bit, it's a crucial time, and you can start to even seed your fall recruitment with new recruits that are excited about the program, excited about what they did in the spring and summer, and would want to invite their own friends into the fall recruitment period when we do our fall roundup. So I think it's a great time. I just stress the importance. It's a #1 priority for our council to continue, and all of Scouting to continue to grow our membership. And the spring session is a great opportunity to do that coming out of the winter. So a couple of focus areas for us during the spring recruitment time. We're very focused on Cub Scouts, specifically in the Lions and Tigers age, those kindergartners and first graders. Why that's important is that starts to set the stage for continued growth as a council going forward, as well as if you're recruiting Lions and Tigers, because of how the program is structured, you kind of get your volunteers that are coming with them, the parents. I'm a father to a Tiger Scout. I started last year with my Lions den. There was 3 parents in the den. One's the den leader, one's the assistant den leader, and I'm the new member coordinator this year. And we've grown to 12 in the den, and we're already kind of pulling those parents in as a Tiger den this year. We had people do our Pinewood Derby this weekend. And so you get your kind of, you get your staff built up in those early ages. So that should make it easier for packs to want to grow, because you kind of get your volunteers along with it. And it's really easy. The barrier to entry is very easy in the Lions and Tigers program. So we're going to focus on that. And we want to work and focus. A goal of ours to get 100% of our Cub Scout packs that adopt the Lions and Tigers program. That'll be, again, sustained growth. And it's not a very big lift to do. So that's a focus of us. And with your guys' help, I think we can achieve it. We are going to obviously promote Lions and Tigers in preschool and kindergarten across the schools. Those are the ages that we need to focus on. Excuse me. We're going to leverage the Cub Scout Adventure Camp $50 fee during spring recruitment. As you join, as many of you guys got the notification, the council's done some really great things to drive down the cost of Cub Scout camp this summer, and we think that's a recruitment opportunity. Hey, come join our pack, and pretty much close to free to join to go to camp this summer. So we're going to definitely leverage that. And then finally, we're always focused, and we'll continue to do on developing new units across all of our program areas. Again, new units, and this time, I shouldn't say this time. This time around, we're focused on using analytics to understand those high opportunity areas that are underserved. And I know that Frank and the team have done some really cool things with a lot of the data that we have and some Power BI dashboards and things of that nature. So that's our focus area. we can't do it without great volunteers like you and units and commissioners and new member coordinators. And, you know, a lot of the challenges that we face as a council, as districts, as PACs, get better with more membership. So I know that we've been saying that for a long time. I just continue to cheerlead that across the organization. And I'm happy that I had a chance to share that with you guys tonight. Willing to answer any questions and, you know, provide any insights more that I can, Doug, but that's what I had to share.
Great. Thanks, Dave. Any questions for Dave about spring recruiting efforts? No? All right. Thank you very much. As I mentioned, so next month we're going to hear from Kathy Elliott talking about camping, and we also have lined up Dave Finker and Craig Kaplan to talk about NYLT, Jeremy Wyatt and Emily Cosgrove to talk about venturing, and Andy Gates is going to talk to us about citizenship in the society. So that's what we've got planned between now and June. If there are specific topics that any of you would like to hear about, please let us know. We just want to make sure these meetings are as informative and beneficial as possible. So if you have any,
Can I raise
Yes.
a question for
Yep.
the previous speaker?
Yep.
If they're finding that the recruitment's going well and they're attracting adults, it really is important that this committee's in tune with that so that we can make sure if we need to offer in-person training that we're flexible to that, because not only, I mean, you talked about summer activities helping anchor new recruits, but the training's going to help anchor the parents who've stepped in or might be interested. So it's really important that if recruitment's going in a certain direction and it's going really well, that this committee's engaged in offering training, even if it means cross district.
Yeah, I agree. Volunteers that are trained are just that much effective. And I think we've got a great apparatus to do that. So happy to make sure that you guys see that information. I know we produce that at the council level on a regular basis, how districts are doing. And I agree, you know, trained scouts and scout leaders are more effective and actually more sticky in the long term too.
good. Any other questions or comments for Dave? Okay. Then just we'll do a quick kind of around the committees before we do our breakout sessions. Let me start with program. Just a couple of quick topics. I mentioned last month that we named Dave Madison as our Scoutmaster for the 2023 Jamboree. That team started their kickoff last week. There's a committee working on that. If you have interest in being a part of that, please contact Dave. Watch for more details. There'll be a separate website popping up on our council website, a link to a Jamboree site. So there'll be a lot more information coming on that, and be on the lookout for that. But if you have interest in that, please contact Dave Madison. If you need help with that, Aaron or I can certainly help with that. On April 2nd, we have coming up a tradearee that'll be at the council office. So if anybody is interested and passionate about patch trading, please look for that. I'm sure there'll be more information coming on that. But Admiral Lord and the Historical Society are working on that. And so that's coming up on April 2nd. And then the last big committee or council-wide activity we have currently on the future is the Council Pinewood Derby. And that is scheduled for June 25th at Dick's House of Sports at Eastview Mall. We've got a lot of interest and cooperation from Dick's on that. It's going to be outside on their outdoor field that they have there. And they're looking to really work with us to set up a great event. And if we have inclement weather, we'll move inside. So we've got that one planned, but be on the lookout for that. Ed Foley is leading that. And so if you have interest in helping Ed, I know he's looking for anybody who's willing to assist and bring great ideas to that. So that's the Council Pinewood Derby again on June 25th. So that's program space. Kathy, how about a camping update?
I can do that. Hi, everybody. Really, our big news is I'm sure everybody saw the announcement last Tuesday that we have some campership funds that we wanted to utilize to help boost Cub Adventure Camp. There is a lot of people that have signed up in the last week. We've got another 200, almost 200 Cubs that are now coming to Cub Adventure Camp. The limit is at 800. We're currently at 332. So we're almost halfway there. They need to get signed up. First come, first serve. Once we get to 800, we are done. We're at our limit. So it's $50 per scout, 70% off the original price. And, you know, what could be better? $50 to go to camp for 3 days. So spread the word. If you talk to anybody who's not going to camp or hasn't heard about this, spread the word, because it's a great deal. It's a one-time only thing just this year because we have the funds available in the campership fund. Love to see the kids at camp. And that's it. That's all I've got.
Good. Thank you. Let's see. I don't see anyone from fundraising. Let's see. Brendan, are you still involved on venturing? Are there any venturing updates that we should be aware of?
So Nolan Yarger is now our new Erie Trails executive, is now staff advisor for venturing.
Okay.
Right now, but I can give a little update. Right now, the big project that our crews and our older youth should be aware of in the council is related to University of Scouting. So there's a whole venturing college at the University of Scouting that Jeremy Wyatt is the dean for, and there's lots of great classes for youth as well as adult leaders in venturing there. So that's the current big project for the committee.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Pat Fluharty, anything from the commissioner side that you want to make sure everybody hears about today?
No, we're pretty good shape. On Thursday, we have our Zoom commissioners cabinet, and we have our national speaker will be the Boy Scout of America diversity officer, talking about some of the Boy Scout initiatives and how. And then our focus, as always, is this year is district commissioners and unit commissioners. So thank you.
Okay, thanks. Let's see, Frank, how about you this evening? Anything you would like to share with us?
Yeah, I'll take just a quick minute. Couple of 30-second commercials. So back on Friday, I believe, was our deadline for submissions for Silver Beaver Award nominations. We are going to continue to accept those through the end of this week. So if you have a nomination that you're still working on and you think you ran out of time, we will still accept those through this Friday. You send those to Chris Crittenden at our office. I'll put her email in the chat for everybody, but you can forward that on to her. So if you do have a nomination or you were writing a letter of support, you still have time to get those in for consideration. Also, a quick update based on a topic that we discussed last month. So MyDOT scouting tools are still being worked through by the national organization as it relates to registration. So we have begun the process of registering district leaders. Western Gateway was the first district that we dug into. There's been a few hiccups along the way, but we're getting our way through those. So you're going to start to see things. If you've lost anything, they'll start to pop back up on your MyDOT scouting account in terms of tools and access. We are hopeful to be able to continue to chip through that and wrap this up as quickly as possible. We've also begun chartering units. That has not been as smooth as we would have hoped. So there's been some as well, but we continue to work through all those problems. And our council registrar is doing a great job of addressing concerns as soon as they pop up, and we've spent a lot of time on that. There's a lot of great things going on throughout the council. I know we need to move into breakouts, but I just want to share all of our districts have been doing a lot of great things. Erie Trails District, High Falls District, and Western Gateway District all held Klondike Derbies last month that were all attended by over 100 people. It was a great point that our council president, Ted Orr, brought up at the board meeting. That a lot of activity in all of our districts and at the council level for outdoor winter events this year. That's been really great. We've also seen some new units come together since the beginning of the year, which is always very exciting. The Scout Reach program has expanded offerings with Greece Central Schools, and those 3 programs have opened up. And we've also entered into a new partnership with the Rochester Housing Authority, and that'll be a big spring project for the Scout Reach team to start programs at Housing Authority sites. And I will end with kind of a really cool highlight. So Glacier Lakes District last year restarted a Cub Scout pack in Gorham, New York that had dropped and had stopped operating in 2019, well before the pandemic came into effect. Had 13 members at the time when it dropped. So the Glacier Lakes team went into Gorham and said, we're going to get Gorham Scouting back in line, get the pack off the ground. They did that in October of last year with 16 members. That pack has consistently grown using the playbook and all the tools that our membership growth team provides to every unit. They have followed it to the letter, done everything that they've been advised to do. And as of last night's meeting, that pack has now officially grown to 35 members, which is incredible growth for a brand new Cub Scout pack. Just following the playbook, doing what needs to be done. I'm very excited for them and all of our new units and everything going on in scouting. So if there's no questions for me on anything, I'm sure probably somebody's got a my.scouting or registration question, but other than that, that's what I had to share this evening.
Thanks, Frank.
I have a question. We have some new applicants in and we need to get them into Scout Book. Do we have an ETA when they'll be entered in?
I'm sorry, Steve, my connection got a little funny. Can you say that again?
So we have some new registrations that came in over the last month for crossovers already. And we need to get those into Scout Book. Do we have any ETA and when those will be up and ready to go?
So we are working through step by step through every unit. We still do not have all of our units registered, and we can't put youth into units until they get registered. And I apologize for the issues that this has caused for unit function, especially with Scout Book, but we've got significant issues we're still trying to work through with the national organization on the IT end of this new system.
Okay, so no ETA then?
I don't have an immediate ETA for you.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions before we move to breakouts? None? Then Aaron, I'll turn it over to you to manage the breakout process.
Okay, well, before we jump over there, I do want to give our council president a chance. Ted, is there anything you want to share with the group?
It's funny, just as you said that, my phone started ringing, so I apologize if, but hey, it's pretty neat to see all of you on Zoom getting together in these meetings. And I know that an awful lot of good is going to occur tonight and every time that we can get people together and talk about what's important, and that's our scouts. Thank you for all you do. Dave, you were spot on with membership. Thank you for continuing to push that. Kathy, it's nice to have good news, isn't it? With our camperships.
Yes.
Again, thank you all for what you do.
I'll unmute myself. With that, I'll go ahead and I'll stop the recording, and we'll put this up on the Facebook page here shortly after the meeting. But we'll create the breakout rooms. I've got 3 breakout rooms right now.